What is up, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the fourth and final round of feature matches for this week from my locals this past Saturday. And we've got a pretty interesting matchup here. We've got Cyber Dragon, which is rather popular and a pretty successful strategy at our locals and has been for the past couple months, facing off against a really strong combo deck, none other than Dragon Link, piloted by the usual Dragon Link player. From our locals, good old Philly D on the Dragon Link. Been playing the deck for quite some time. Same thing with our Cyber Dragon player, has been on the deck, I think, ever since he's showed up to our locals, and also has gotten first place with the deck a couple of times, and even has his deck list uploaded on the channel from a few months back, if you guys want to see it. But as Dragon Link gets started with Chaos Space pitching Safer, let's see who you guys thought was going to win this match. And it looks like a lot of you guys thought Cyber Dragon was going to lose based on how I worded the poll. Yeah, a lot of you guys, at least as I'm seeing right now, expecting Cyber Dragon to hand the other deck the dub. So let's see if you guys are correct. We're going to see him summon the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent by banishing Starly Safer Dragon. We'll go ahead and link it to Striker Dragon. Chainlink 1 Striker, Chainlink 2 Black Dragon to add White Dragon, and a copy of Boot Sector Launch. One of the better extenders in the deck, and Cyber Dragon, as we know, is a deck that tends to like to go second because of the Contact Fusion mechanic, because it can OTK. It's from the field rather easily, Overload Fusion, Anaconda Dragoon, and it can play some hand traps as well. Now we're going to see him link Striker and White Dragon into the one and only Dragoonity Knight Romulus, who on summon, after he uses White Dragon to add another black, he will go ahead and search Dragon's Ravine, which we can imagine he'll use that to dump Abzorouter Dragon to the grave to go ahead and search Rocket Tracer. And since he has not burned his normal summon yet, that will be a very good extender to have at this point. So yeah, as expected, ditching the black, because it's basically free discard fodder for him at the moment, because he can't do anything with it this turn. He got it for free off the white he linked off, and he put back in his deck with Chaos Space, and Abzorouter adding Tracer now as expected. And we're going to see him play another field spell, Boot Sector Launch. It's going to summon out Rocket Synchron and Rocket Tracer. We're going to see him link off Synchron and Romulus, probably for Spheres. Yep. Probably trying to play around Nibiru as much as possible. And the reason why it plays around Nibiru is because, obviously, once Nibiru tributes all monster on the field, he can use Spheres to summon out Brotor from the deck, probably grab Levy, and Levy can rip a card if he desires to do so. And now we're going to see Tracer pop Boot Sector. That's going to summon Recharger from the deck, allowing him to Synchro into a level 8 Synchro, none other than Chaos Ruler, who on summon can excavate the top 5 cards of the deck, and he can take any light or dark monster he finds there and add it to his hand, while the rest of the cards will be sent to the graveyard, revealing the Psychic Soldier who rides into battle, none other than Psychic Psyframe Driver. And I believe he took Rocket Synchron there. And then going to normal summon Rocket Synchron. Since he is not normal summoned yet at this point, he's going to synchro with the Chaos Ruler into Hot Red Archfiend Abyss, which can negate any face-up card on the field. This card is really strong when it is paired with the Dragon Maid Tidying, because it can play around Dark Ruler, and even Droplet in some instances, because you can activate Tidying and then chain the Hot Red in response to the Tidying to then target that face-up Dark Ruler and negate it, ensuring that it doesn't go through. But our Cyber Dragon player, realizing this isn't the best board he could have ended on, is going to start with Cyber Dragon. As expected, summon to the board while his opponent controls more monsters than he does, and he doesn't control any. And that's going to force Spheres, because if he doesn't use Spheres right now, he can Contact Fusion into Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, using Cyber Dragon and one monster in the extra monster zone. And that just really is like such an easy way to take care of Spheres here. Otherwise, he'd be dealing with a non-target bounce, and he's having to use it at the probably the worst time, is right at the start of the turn. And he will, of course, get the effect of Spheres when tributed, summoning out Omni Dragon Brotor. He'll discard Psyframe Gamma, which is rather useless at this point, since obviously he controls monsters and he cannot use it. And Brotar will search Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and he'll summon Cyber Dragon, because Cyber Dragon is not a once per turn, so it's literally free here to bait out that Spheres. And then following that up with Cyber Emergency, can add any late machine monster from deck to hand that cannot be normal Summoner Set or any Cyber Dragon. And he'll go ahead and add Cyber Dragon Noxer. He'll normal summon Cyber Dragon Core now. And that's going to hit with Effect Valor, which is a pretty good card to Valor here. Mainly because it'll stop him from getting Repair Plant, which is a great extender. Or it'll stop him from getting Cybernetic Overflow, which a deck like Dragon Link may struggle going against. But we're going to see him activate Pot of Prosperity here in response. Well, as a follow-up, you can banish 3 to 6 cards from the extra deck. If he banishes 3 from the extra, he can reveal the top 3 cards of his deck and take one of them. The rest go to the bottom. If he reveals 6, he can reveal the top 6 card of the deck and take one of them, and the rest go back to the bottom. But, of course, he cannot draw cards by effect for the rest of the turn. And his opponent will take half damage, revealing Lightning Storm, Red Eyes Fusion, Impermanence, Ash, I think an Overflow. No, that's maybe 2 Imperm? One of them's a gold rare. I don't know if they're all the same rarity, but I think it's an Overflow. Yeah, it looks like Ash, Overflow, Lightning Storm, Cyber Dragon, Red Eyes Fusion. So he's going to take Infinite Impermanence, which is a pretty strong card to have here. I think he has another Prosperity in hand too, so looks like Prosperity is kind of clogging up the hand a little bit, but the one resolving here definitely paying off. We're going to see him link 1 now, getting rid of the Cyber Dragon Core into Salamangreat Almirage, using any normal summon monster with 1,000 or less attack. And here, usually the standard follow-up is going to be to go into Anaconda with this deck. That's what this deck likes to do. Make Infinity Anaconda for Dragoon. At least that's the standard strategy that seems to be doing so well at our locals. But he still has to worry about trying to play through this Hot Red, which he has yet to use. So he's going to summon Noxer, pitching Hers. Hers will add back Core. And then he's going to go ahead and link 2 into Cyber Dragon Seeger, which could pose somewhat of a problem. So it can get over the Hot Red because of its effect. I believe it can boost itself to 42. And we'll see if he's going to go ahead and use that here. It looks like he will negate the Seeger because you kind of have to, or else you're just going to lose it in the battle phase. And then, what's that? What's that, you ask? Everybody's favorite Link 2? Pay 2,000? Pay 2,000 life points? Why? Now, why would anybody just pay 2,000 life points for a silly 500 attack Link 2? Come on. Well, tell me why would anybody do this? Send Reddit. Okay, what's he gonna summon? What? Why is this guy playing Dark Magician? What else is he? What else is this guy gonna send? Red Eyes Deadly Beast 7. Why would he play these 2 cards? I don't know. Can anybody in the comments tell me what exactly he's gonna summon? I'm perplexed. Oh my goodness, it's Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I would have never have guessed. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. What's that? You negated good cards that I had, and I have 2 monsters left over. Time to blow up your whole field, burn for some damage, and just go burr, essentially. So, Hot Red has 3,200. And, well, I mean, it's not so bad because he is under Prosperity, so he will take half damage here. It's not such a big deal, but it definitely could have been. He's opting not to go ahead and pop the Brotar with the Dragoon. And he's going to go ahead and pass. Now, I was going to say, if he wasn't under Prosperity, I was thinking there's maybe some way he possibly could have gamed him there, blowing up both, burning for 32, and then perhaps, using Dragoon to negate one of his own cards, getting up to 4,000 and swinging in for 4,500 from the Anaconda, leaving him only at 300, but it would just be so close for a game. So making the more conservative play here, obviously, especially under Prosperity, and just sending a card, which we know to be Impermanence, and having 2 cards in hand. One of them is Core, the other is Prosperity. So not only does he have a good discard to negate with the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, but he also has a really solid follow-up in the form of Cyber Dragon Core, which can get him a copy of Repair Plant, that can get Galaxy Soldier, and then his engine can really get rolling here, all while having the protection of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon throughout his combo. Now, the real question is, what is our Dragon Link player going to do now that he can't link into another Striker Dragon, since it is now currently limited? Shoutouts to the previous Forbidden and Limited list. Looks like we're going to see him go for the Chaos Dragon Levianeer play. He's going to banish all lights, it looks like. Gamma, Valor, and Spheres. And it looks like he's not going to use the effect because, at least I would imagine he wouldn't use the effect here, but then again, you may want to. Yeah, because it's going to force the Dragoon. Okay, I get that. So Levy does its job, forces the Dragoon, and that is going to boost Dragoon up to 1,000 since he was able to destroy the monster that he negated. And as expected, discarding the Prosperity. Looking to go for Chaos Ruler in the grave, because as we know, if it's in the graveyard and it was successfully Synchro Summoned, you can banish the Light in the Dark to bring it back from the grave. Chaos Ruler is a card that I've grown more and more fond of because I play it in Drytron currently, and I find it to be so good in that deck. If you're a Drytron player and you're not trying out Chaos Ruler, just try it out. It's so fantastic for when you get hit with Droll, or you see Diviner and not enough Drytron names. Just dump Natasha, Synchro with it, and a Drytron. Go into Chaos Ruler, mill 5. If you find any fairies, mill an Eva, right? Don't add it. Get a search. Get more Drytrons in the grave, etc., etc. But back to the matter at hand. He is going to bring out the Chaos Ruler by banishing a Light and Dark. Looks like White and Striker Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. He'll go into the battle phase. I was almost talking Australian there. And attack over the Anaconda. And then main phase 2, link into the spheres, setting 2 and passing, one of which we know to be Dragon Maid Tidying. And the spheres is really solid here because if he can bait the Dragoon, he can non-target bounce with spheres, which will out Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And it looks like our Cyber Dragon player picks up Ash for turn. And this is going to put him in a little bit of a predicament because, yes, he can negate and destroy with the Dragoon right now, but that's at the cost of an Ash Blossom, which he could use to just Ash the summon effect of the spheres, which is really strong. Prevents him from getting a Seyfert out of the deck, prevents him from getting a Chambermaid out of the deck, which searches another Tiding, right? Does a whole lot. So you either use the Ash and then don't have a negate with Dragoon, or you have a negate with Dragoon. It's really something you have to try to figure out here, but not so much so because I guess he got a Rev System to his hand for free. So that's extra discard fodder. And he's going to use the Imperm here, shotgun it. That's going to force the spheres. He is going to negate the effect with Dragoon, and looks like he ditched Ash to negate, and he is going to still get the summon here of Seyfert. And the main reason why you wouldn't want to let him summon off of the spheres is because if he does summon off of it, that makes Tidying live because he needs a dragon on his side of the field. But I guess he's valuing having the Rev System live more so than having the Ash in hand, which I can see both sides of the argument here. And Rev System can revive any Cyber Dragon from the grave, and I believe it also grants it protection from destruction by card effect. So it looks like Rev System will revive Noxter, and then Noxter will get its effect to revive a Cyber Dragon from the grave. I think any machine with like 2100 or something, some defense or attack stat. And it looks like on the summon of the Cyber Dragon, he's going to use Tiding, bouncing back the Seyfert to his hand, which he can use as follow-up for next turn, and bouncing back the Cyber Dragon. And then here we may see him go into the battle phase, which is going to get in for 4,000. And then 400 from Cyber Dragon Core, taking full damage here because he is not under Prosperity. And he'll hand it over to our Dragon Link player to see if he can have any way to get through this board. Looks like he's going to activate Chaos Space, pitching Seyfert. And negating this is okay, but, you know, he can use Seyfert and Grave to get access to Levy. And he can Levy one more time to try to blow cards up, but it's not going to out Dragoon. He's going to go ahead and use Chaos Space. That's going to recycle Striker Dragon. He'll get a draw. It looks like he drew into an Ash. I could be wrong. He does have the Chaos Dragon in Grave to summon the Chaos Ruler, as expected. And he also has Tidying in Grave too, but I don't know if he has a target. He needs to revive a Dragon Maid with that. But Seyfert banishing itself to add back Levy. Banishing 3 for Levy. He can non-target, blow up 2. He's going to get rid of Core and Noxter. And then he's going to normal summon Ash Blossom, and I think we all know where this is going. Yep, Halka Fibrax. No, he's not going to summon Despot here. I can assure you he's not on Despot Coltwing. He's going to go ahead and summon out Effect Veiler. And he's going to go ahead and link it to Selene, and then Selene access code. And speaking of Coltwing Despot, my brother's actually been getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently after a few years break. And he's been playing it for Noble and Earth Machine. So you guys may see some updated profiles for those decks very, very soon, as we've been in the lab quite a bit with those decks and made some really awesome changes on Spice to both of those decks. So the access code is going to run over that 5,000 attack Dragoon, only dealing 300 in the exchange, and that will do it for his turn. Access code just barely getting over the Dragoon. Now we're going to see him activate Core, and what's unfortunate is he had to ditch the Ash to even make this play. So the Core will go through to summon out hers from the deck. And not many cards left in his extra deck here to keep playing. But there is Machine Duplication. And does he have enough targets to get both out of the deck? Yes, he absolutely does. And at this point, if our Dragon Link player doesn't have any interruptions, we're definitely going to a game 2 here any moment. Because he is going to be able to slurp up the access code, because, well, it doesn't have any protection. It's one of the main reasons I don't like access code that much. Unless, of course, you're playing it in Salamangreat, then it just goes attacks twice. But yeah, that is the end of game 1. Very grindy game 1, 16 minutes or so. Cyber Dragon taking it up 1-0 in this match. If you guys are interested in picking up some amazing playmats, deck boxes, binders, sleeves, etc., check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. And don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the process. And if you guys are buying any singles or sealed off of TCG Player, please do not forget to use my affiliate link down in the description of all my videos. If you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel, and it helps out a ton. So here we are in game 2. Dragon Link wanting to go first here, obviously, but keep in mind, Cyber Dragon also wants to go second. So this is one of those interesting matches where, regardless of die roll, both decks get to do what they want to do. Dragon Link getting to go first and Cyber Dragon getting to go second. So we're going to see pretty standard route here, getting into Striker Dragon, summoning out white, banishing black. Then we're going to see him activate Quick Launch. Going to go for a Quick Lunch. And I'm not exactly sure how many going second cards our Cyber Dragon player has in hand at the moment. But having some would certainly help. Noctovision Dragon getting summoned to the board on the summon of Rocket Tracer. And he's going to go ahead and link off Striker Dragon and Noctovision to go into Romulus. Romulus 1, Noctovision 2. Or it looks like he's going Noctovision 1, Romulus 2. Probably wants to search before he draws to deck thin a little bit. That would probably be the smarter idea if you're really hoping to draw into some really good engine cards. But I guess the only issue would be that if you draw into the Ravine first, and then you don't have any targets for Romulus, but at that point it doesn't really matter too much, and then he'll get the draw here. And I guess also if you're worried about Ash on the Ravine, then maybe chain blocking is correct, but I think he probably valued the extra card here in this case. And at least the extra card in terms of deck thinning. Now going into Chaos Ruler, revealing Rocket Tracer, Recharger, and Gamma as his only viable targets to grab. He's also milling a Tidying, which is really strong. Could act as a great extender this turn if he has a Chamber in the grave, which I don't think he does at the moment. Now we're going to see him probably link into Spheres with Chaos Ruler and Romulus. He's going to activate Ravine. Ravine is going to pitch Noctovision, another copy of Noctovision, to dump Chamber Dragon Maid. No Abso-Router Dragon here, interestingly enough. Maybe he's already opened the card. But at that point, I think he would have just discarded it off of the Ravine. But either way, Tidying is going to be activated. Summon out the Chamber. And Chamber will add Tidying. So right now, 2 bounces on, at least in his end board. 1 from Spheres. And the Tidying return, or Tidying bounce, which I believe that targets, correct me if I'm wrong. Now we're going to see him slap a Boot Sector launch over top of the Ravine. Boot Sector is going to summon out Recharger and Synchron. We'll see him banish Gamma. And Striker Dragon, this is going to bring out Chaos Ruler. We're going to see him go for Hot Red yet again. And I'm used to this Dragon Link deck being a bit more explosive. Not playing around Mech Knights, I see. And then we're going to see him go ahead and make another Link here, going for Quad Boral. All right, Quad Boral effect, discarding Gamma as cost, and then popping out Quad Boral. And then Quad Boral is going to get to summon 2. I think it's equal to Link rating. And then he can go ahead and Synchro here, probably for Savage Dragon. Yeah, so this is more like it. I was going to say, no way we're seeing just Spheres Hot Red again. It's got to be something a little better. Because obviously last time, clearly was not enough. So he's going to set Tidying. So right now he has 4 interruptions. No cards in hand. but 4 interruptions, and of course, you can get the follow-up off of Spheres with Omni Dragon Brotor to go ahead and, grab Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Now, our Cyber Dragon player has opened a copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is very unfortunate. And he's going to start by normal summoning Cyber Dragon Herds. We'll see what he activates here on the summon. He's going to go ahead and use Spheres immediately, fearing the Contact Fusion. It's actually crazy to see just how good of a matchup Cyber Dragon has against this Dragon Link deck. Pretty much any of your normal summons or Cyber Dragons just instantly going to force out Spheres. And he's looking here what to summon. So he's going to go ahead and summon Seifert as opposed to Brotor. And I guess summoning Brotor wouldn't make sense because he has no card in hand. So Seifert makes more sense. And that is a great bounce target for the Chamber or the Dragon Maid Tidying because he can bounce that back to his hand as a follow-up. And now we're going to see Galaxy Soldier activate, pitching hers. That is going to negate the Galaxy Soldier. And he'll still get Cyber Dragon Hers effect. Now, this is a bit of an incorrect play. The Galaxy Soldier should not be destroyed, so that Galaxy Soldier should actually still be in his hand because Savage doesn't negate and destroy. So this is incorrect here, but it's on both players here to remember that. But of course, you still will get the search of Hers, thanks to chain blocking. And it looks like he doesn't matter because he's just really good and opened up a second copy of Galaxy Soldier. Pitching Nibiru. So I wonder if Nibiru was in his opening hand. And I mean, Nibiru is not that great against the Dragon Link deck, but I mean, definitely wouldn't have hurt the Nibiru at that point. But look, he's going to summon Nova, and he's going to use Tidying, and this is a very, very good spot to Tidying, because Nova is an incredible extender. And not only that, but it's going to allow him access to Infinity. And before he can even use his Hot Red, we're into a Game 3 as Dragon Link takes that one. Both players tied up one game apiece here as we head into a Game 3 situation. And Dragon Link is going to be going first here in Game 3. I just want to see the Cyber Dragon player mind game our opponent, or our Dragon Link player, just by making him go second here in Game 3. But opting not to. I mean, I don't see why you don't want to go first here because, like, you end on Infinity, Overflow, and Dragoon. Like, it's a really good end board. But, you know, having cards like Droll is also really good, especially on Seifert. Like, the first thing that they do, that's their normal summon. Having a Droll right there is absolutely insane. Droll Lock, so incredibly good against the Dragon Link deck. Going to banish the Seifert to summon out White, trigger Noctovision. And we're probably going to see him go into Hermetic Spheres. Unfortunately, does not get to draw off Noctovision. And that will do it for his turn. It looks like he does have an Effect Veiler, so he does have at least a hand trap in hand outside of, you know, an interruption outside of just the spheres. And our Cyber Dragon player opening up Cyber Emergency, adding Core. And this is where I bet our Dragon Link player wishes he had a Droll and Lockbird of his own, because Droll and Lockbird is surprisingly really good against the Cyber Dragon deck. That and Ash Blossom. There's that blind Imperm. Not blind, but the shotgunned Imperm onto the spheres. Can't even chain it because there's nothing to bounce. He's going to normal summon Cyber Dragon Core. It's met with Veiler. Machine Duplication. Now, the important thing to remember here, since Core's effects are negated, it becomes Cyber Dragon Core, so he can only summon a Cyber Dragon Core from the deck. So he's going to get an extra body on field regardless. And he has another Machine Duplication. Double dupe, Smile, right? Double dupe. Oh my goodness. Machine Duplication is not a once per turn, ladies and gentlemen. It's not looking too good for everybody that voted against Cyber Dragon right now in the poll. You guys are making yourselves look real bad right now. And, of course, Cyber Dragon Nova hits the field. Not looking too good at all. And going right into Infinity. And he's going to go into a Contact Fusion for Mega Fleet. Coming out at 2,400 and linking those two into probably Predaplant Verte Anaconda, if I'm being totally honest here. Yep, there it is. Anaconda will pay 2,000, and summoning Dragoon here would not be game, so we're just going to see him dump Overload Fusion. It'll banish 2 cores, And I think we're going to see Rampage Dragon here. And he's got to have Nibiru if he has a chance, if he wants to have a chance. But even then, it doesn't matter. He needs like Gamma Nibiru right now to be able to have another turn. It looks like Rampage is going to send 2. He can now attack 3 times at 21 or 2200. And our Dragon Link player revealing Abzarautor and Tracer. And Cyber Dragon will take this match 2-1. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special thanks goes to our Divine level channel members who go above and beyond to support, and they are Cadillacs84, Pony Stark, and Keith Siggers. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely generous support.